welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Anastasia Beverly Hills x Carli Bybel eyeshadow palette. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. This eyeshadow palette retails for $45 on the ABH website, Ulta Beauty, and Sephora. A closer look on what the packaging looks like. I'm not a huge fan of this raised textured packaging. It gives me a little bit of tryphobia. I know that this is Carli Bybel's aesthetic. She likes this marble, white, and gold. She's all about that. Let's go ahead and turn over the packaging. On the back you do have a picture of what the eyeshadow palette looks like, plus the shade names, and you have the list of ingredients. So let's go ahead and open this up. When you open up the packaging, this is what the actual eyeshadow palette looks like. It looks the exact same as the outer packaging. Let's go ahead and open this up. I'm gonna try to not blind you guys with the mirror. Here's what the shadows look like. Let's go ahead and start swatching. We'll start with the first shade here. Let me flip this to the back so it doesn't get in the way, and we're gonna remove this brush. The first shade in the palette is called Bolie. Super soft and buttery in the pan. That's what that shade looks like. Bolie is described as a metallic champagne shade. That's really pretty. Let's see what the next shade looks like. The next shade is called Bybel. Again, another soft, buttery shadow. Here's what Bybel looks like. Bybel is described as a matte reddish purple brown shade. You can barely see it on my skin. It looks kind of ashy. Let me swatch that again. I'm not a huge fan of that shade. Hopefully the next shade will look good. The next shade is called Mandala. A little bit scratchy in the pan. Here's what Mandala looks like. It's a beautiful duochrome. Mandala is described as a metallic duochrome light purple shade. It's a pretty shade. I can use this all over the lid. The next shade in this palette is called Libra. This actually feels very buttery in the pan. Here's what that shade looks like. Libra is described as a metallic goldish shade, but it's not gold at all. It looks more of a gray shade than what it's described as. The next shade in the palette is called Jode. Again, another buttery shimmer shade. That's very pretty. Jode is described as a shimmer teal shade. Wow, that's pigmented. Jode is the most pigmented shade so far. The next shade in the palette is called OA. It's buttery in the pan as well. Here's what that shimmer shade looks like. OA is described as a duochrome blue and purple shade. Another pigmented shade. The last shade in the top row is called Bowie. Ooh, it's a nice soft matte shade. In the pan, I mean. Here's what Bowie looks like. Bowie is described as a matte ash brown shade. It seems a bit patchy, so I'm just going to do another swatch over it. I'm not feeling this shadow. Let's move on to the next shade. The first shade in the bottom row is called Beige. This is so soft in the pan. I don't think this shade would complement my skin complexion. Extremely buttery as well. Beige is described as a matte beige shade. The next shade in the palette is called Moo. Another soft buttery shadow. Moo is described as a metallic light gold shade. It's pigmented as well. Right next to Moo we have the shade in Chai. Very soft in the pan again. And here's what Chai looks like. Chai seems a bit ashy on me. Let me blend that out again. Seems powdery and ashy. I'm not a huge fan of this shade either. Sydney is described as a matte bright orange pressed pigment shadow. This shade does look ashy on me. I'm not a huge fan of this shadow. The next shade in the palette is called Stev. Very buttery in the pan as well. Here's what that shade looks like. Stev is described as a matte dark red shade. It looks like it skipped a little bit, so I'm just going to blend it out. That's what Stev looks like. The next shade is called Aurora. Very nice in the pan. Here's what Aurora looks like. Aurora is described as a metallic red-pink shimmer shade. Let me just blend out Aurora really quickly so you guys can see what that looks like. It's nice. The last shade in the palette is called My Angels. Another soft, buttery shimmer shadow. Here's what that shade looks like. Here's what the shade in My Angels look like. Let me blend out My Angels. Okay, there we go. Here we have all 14 shades swatched on the back of my hand. Now we're going to create a look using this eyeshadow palette. The first shade I am going to be grabbing is the shade in Chai. I'm going to be using their dual-ended brush, taking a little bit on the brush. I'm going to be applying the shade in Chai all over my crease. I really do like how the shade in Chai blended out. Using my finger, I'm going to grab the shade in OA. I'm going to pack that all over the lid. The metallic shade in OA does have a ton of fallout. Definitely do your eyes first before you do your face makeup. Going back in with the dual-ended brush, I'm going to grab the shade in Bowie. I'm going to press this shade in my outer V just to create a little bit of definition. We're just stamping it in, and then we're just going to blend it out using the fluffy side of this brush. Taking a flat brush, I'm going to dip into the shade in Moo. We're going to apply that shade in our inner corner. I'm going to add some mascara and a lip, and I'll be right back. I added mascara and a lip. For mascara, you guys already know I went in with my L'Oreal Ultimate Mascara. Just about 3 layers to achieve this. For lips, I currently have on the Carli Bybel X Ale Maquillage collab. I did want to stay with the Carli Bybel theme. I first went in with the shade in Luna, and then I applied the shade in Serious all over, and then I just blended it. My final thoughts on this eyeshadow palette is that I don't like it. It's definitely not my favorite eyeshadow palette. I do have Carli Bybel's BH eyeshadow palette. I really do enjoy this one. All of the shades in this eyeshadow palette works for me, and I kind of feel these two eyeshadow palettes, they look similar. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I don't think you need both eyeshadow palettes if you already have this in your collection. If you want more shimmer shadows, then buy the single shimmer shades. This has a ton of shimmer and metallic shades. I adore Carli Bybel. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. I purchased a ton of her collabs, but this one was not a hit for me. There are too many metallic shades in this eyeshadow palette, not enough matte shades. It has a ton of fallout. I honestly think Carli and Anastasia should have waited to release this eyeshadow palette in the springtime. This screams more spring than fall. The majority of the shades I'm probably never going to use. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have purchased this eyeshadow palette. What are your thoughts? If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.